Parsons Brinckerhoff constantly strives to integrate sustainability into the solutions we provide to our clients, with airports being no exception. Introducing the common goal of eventually phasing out the consumption of carbon-based electricity, as well as having easier mass transit access, are just two examples of how Parsons Brinckerhoff's team of experts from multiple disciplines bring their knowledge to aviation clients. Jane Ahrens, Senior Supervising Architect in our Dallas office, has more than 15 years of experience in design, sustainability practices, and project management, and discusses how she has brought this skill set into the field of aviation.
My background is architecture, and I focused on sustainability first and eventually ended up in aviation. So it wasn't bringing sustainability to aviation, it was sort of the opposite.
Sustainability can be very challenging for airports. However, Jane feels that there is one key element across the industry that can be used to overcome this hurdle.
I'd say the most important thing that not even aviation, but just the built environment can focus on is just reducing our use of carbon in any way, shape, or form. That is the goal. There is a program, the Architecture 2030, which looks to challenge architects and engineers to phase out all carbon-based electricity from their buildings by 2030. And this is a program that most large architecture firms have signed on to, the American Institute of Architecture has signed on to, and they are all working together to report their carbon usage.
Jane concludes by talking about projects she is currently working on that are taking high-performance steps toward a greener tomorrow, and how resiliency can play a useful part in this effort.
Currently working on the New Orleans airport, which is looking at implementing a solar array to provide all of the energy for its new terminal. And honestly, that's not necessarily just to offset the carbon of the energy that will be utilized, but they're also looking at it from a resiliency perspective, in which they have been taken offline by hurricanes in this area that didn't necessarily damage the airport, and they could have operated. However, because the local energy system was down, they didn't have energy and they could not provide the service that they needed to for the region and were pulled offline. So having their own secure system offers them the resiliency that they need. Not necessarily a sustainability issue, as you would think, but more and more airports are looking at resiliency as an avenue to become more sustainable with their facilities.